Hey everybody, how's it going? We haven't been on in about a week, I guess, maybe a little longer than a week. Right now, I'm by myself. I got no cronies with me, which is pretty funny. I think it was because I was making fun of Joe and Majo not jumping in with me tonight. Right now, I had a little technical difficulties. Um, Thanks for joining in. It's great. No Mets baseball because of snow in Colorado. I wonder how many games. Oh, here we go. Hey, buddy.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good. Missed you on the show for a few weeks. It's good to have you back.
Nice to be
Uh,
back.
I was just going into my little rant right now about how it seems like the Mets might not play 162 games this year.
Yeah, from COVID to weather to whatever's next.
Alien Invasion. That's my next pick on the board. Alien Invasion.
Men in black. We need them. Black jerseys.
You had to go there, Joe.
Sorry.
You had to go there.
Shark warning. Is that what your shirt says?
Well, yeah, it's Shark Warning, Warning Shark, and Goon Inside It. It's the shirt I made for the Shark and Goon podcast.
Oh, that's nice. It looks like a Sharpie on there. It's nice.
Yeah, and then on the back is the I'm not going to turn around, but it's the podcast logo. Yeah, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, Leah's right next to me. She's on her computer.
If she ever wants to jump in, she can jump in too. It's fine with me.
She's doing homework, she says.
What subject?
Crayola crayons right now. She's just drawing.
I wonder who she takes after.
Yeah, my wife probably. Oh, so tired today.
Yeah, I feel it too. I was kind of debating not doing this, but have to do it. If I wanted this thing to stick a little bit, I gotta
keep going.
I gotta keep going and pushing through.
Yeah.
So hey, let me do a couple of little plugs right now. The MediaGoon.com, QueensBaseballConvention.com, QB Convention on Twitter, on Instagram, MediaGoon on Twitter. I think that's all I got for me. Plus this YouTube channel. If you guys are checking out the YouTube channel, it's youtube.com/QueensBaseballConvention. And then our other sister show that we have that very great, funny comedian, John Sapanaro, that he came up with, where he talks about Mets and the Mets, and he's had some pretty good comedians on with him. The last one actually worked on the Chelsea Handler show. I don't know if you caught it at all or not.
Yeah,
Joe.
no, I watched parts of it. It's definitely a fun show.
I got to tell you, watching John handle it and do his hosting duties, I can't even compare. That shows you what kind of he's such a professional.
No, he's a pro. Yeah, he definitely. But you are too. Don't cut yourself short there.
Yeah, I'm nowhere in his ballpark. I'm like in independent ball, and he's in quadruple A. Maybe right peeking into the minors or at the majors.
I'm still in the Pee-wee's ball.
T-ball.
T-ball. Yeah, they just gave me a wiffle ball bat. That's all I have right now.
So, I was thinking about doing something different. I see on the Twitter live stream we have about 4 viewers, which it's crazy. Like if you go onto the Facebook stream, we tend to have maybe 100 at a time watching. Then it goes up to 300. I don't know how accurate these numbers are. So every time I see 4 or 5, I get a little disheartened. And then I forget that on all the other platforms, we have people actually watching.
Yeah.
Oh,
we have a Monty Python quote here.
One of the worst people that thinks he's funny, and he's not. He's not even close to being funny.
It depends if it's African or European swallow. I like Monty Python. You don't like Monty Python?
No, I like Monty Python. I just don't like the guy asking the question.
Oh, not a friend of yours?
Oh, he is a friend of mine, but it's just horrible.
Oh, he's like me.
No, but at least you're funny. Maggio's funny. Ed Marcus isn't
I'm funny looking. Funny looking.
Yeah, I think we all have that kind of gift that we're all funny looking. So, what I was thinking about doing for this episode, especially since I have somebody to talk to now, besides me just talking into the air, I was going to do an Ask Goon Anything little questionnaire. And then I also have the precursor to the Queens Baseball Convention, the Mets Police Awards that we did in Donovan's Restaurant the year before the QBC. We just threw this out on Twitter one night, where me and my cousin Shannon, hey, we're going to do the Mets Police Awards at Donovan's. Show up tomorrow night. And we had I think 40 people show up out of nowhere. It was kind of crazy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and it was fun, and it wasn't bad. It was like it's really bad quality streaming, but it's like one of the first streaming things I've done. So I don't know. Do you is there anything that you want to know about me, about the QBC, about? I know you and I talk a lot, but I'm sure that you might be able to want to pick my brain or ask something, anything, please.
About something. Well, I'm trying to think what I can ask you here. What do you like collecting more? Are you more into jerseys or into the figures?
I'm actually going through a cycle right now where for a while all I did was collect baseball stuff, and I still collected the figures on the side.
Yeah,
but
like wrestling or baseball. Which way?
Well, I just don't have wrestling figures. I also have a whole bunch of action figures too.
Oh yeah, like me with the Star Wars and all that. I mean, I went through a Funko phase there for a while. I'm trying to detox, but
Yeah, I have Star Wars, wrestling, DC Comics, Marvel Legends
on my shelf over there behind me. I have some stuff, but you really can't see it.
Yeah, I got the Mr. Met Funko over there, the one that they put in the vault. They also have the new one with the blue jersey. I got stuff all over the place. It drives my wife crazy.
But do you think you like the jerseys, the uniform, more than the figures, collectibles?
I did for a while, and then I can't display all the jerseys that I want to display. I got so many of them. Yeah. And then I also keep them around to for a QBC where I could break them out and do the Media Goon Galleria or whatever. But I never have the time to actually break it out, put it up on the wall, put it up on any kind of a display unit. So right now I'm really enjoying collecting the figures because I could display them. Like you can see them over my left-hand shoulder back there.
Yeah. You have a nice setup there.
Yeah. So
I just have shelves. I need to get like a nice, actually who I noticed has a really great setup on the QBC, Sal Licata. Yeah. He had a really nice display behind him.
Sal is also a big wrestling fan too, and he collects a lot of wrestling figures. He's in the same Facebook group I am.
Joe DeMeo. Like a lot of you guys are into wrestling. I see. Evan Roberts is a big wrestling guy. Peter Rosenberg on ESPN. Seems a lot of the younger crowd, especially.
Yeah, I don't know if am I still considered a younger crowd? I'm going to be 45.
You're not. You're like the senior citizen of that group, I guess. You're like me. I want to be a younger crowd, but only in my head, I guess.
Yeah, I keep forgetting how old I am until I look into the camera and I see the white here, the white on the side.
Yeah, I started getting it when Leo was born, like 4 years ago, the white, and now I'm getting more. Now it's coming inside of above my ears when Scarlett was born. So I don't know what's next. I guess Homer Simpson going to lose this, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's like the same thing with me. I didn't have any white hair until I got married 4 years ago.
Oh, Wait, where's my wife? I can't say anything.
Mine's locked up in the other room, so that way she can watch TV and relax and not have to deal with the nonsense that I'm doing. So as the aesthetic with the action figures versus the jerseys, I have a lot of minor league jerseys that have art on it. Different, Star Wars nights, superhero night. Zombie Knight, but I can't display those. But I could display the action figures, which right now I have the DC Todd McFarlane universe figures out, and a couple of AEW figures, and my buddy Brian Myers and Matt Cardona figures for the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast. So it's like little art statues for me, except immature, and I like that.
Come here, Leah. You want to come here? Come here. She's asking permission. Come on. All right.
Papa, I go to show a picture.
Okay, go get your picture. That's little Leah.
Takes right after that. Let me show you.
Yeah. Come on, show the picture to everybody.
Let's check it out.
This is what she was working on. Yeah, put it like that. There you go. Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
See,
Very
it's
nice.
a nice picture.
It's a very nice picture. Your dad's got some competition now.
And she's better on camera than I am. Right, Leah? Look, you're on TV.
Yeah.
She says about. This is like her new thing. Every sentence, she says about.
Well,
Wait, I want to draw our other picture.
Okay, go draw us another picture.
About, I see.
And her initials are, I don't know if many know, but her name's Leah Grace Marisic. So she is LGM.
Really?
Yeah, that was kind of by accident. We were trying to figure out a middle name for her. And then we just said, oh, the name Grace. It sounds nice. And then once I realized it's a nice hashtag on Twitter, I'm like, oh, we got to keep that. That might be good. And then my wife's like, well, maybe we'll change it. I'm like, no, we can't change it. And she's like, is this because it's a Mets thing? I'm like, no, it just sounds so good. But now with the LFGM, now she's Leah Francis Grace. So, we added Francis. It's not official, but
I was gonna say, like, for confirmation or something down the road.
Yeah. I think Francis will be her confirmation, and that's a good idea.
There you go. I told you, idea man.
You're an idea guy.
Yep. All right. So Dave Givner, get some new Planet of the Apes figures. I'm not a big fan of the Planet of the Apes figures.
Yeah, same.
They don't look that great. Like the McFarlane stuff, it looks like they're figures that actually just jumped right out of the comic book. The way they sculpted. He might not be a great comic book artist anymore, or he's trying to do a Spawn film.
I loved his Spawn, the old comic books, and when his stuff came out, and the figures when they first came out, it was like nothing we've ever seen before. But I've kind of lost track of it. Collecting the figures and even the comic books. But I like the darkness, the style. And even the Spawn movie, I know it was kind of, whatever, but John Leguizamo as the clown, he was excellent.
Well, he's also doing the voiceovers for, I think, Papa John's Pizzones or Pizza Hut Pizzones. You can tell it's his voice.
Oh, wow. Didn't know that.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
Wild stuff.
Wild stuff. Did not know that.
Givner. Original Apes was redone by Mego. Yeah, I know. I know all about the Mego stuff. I have Rocky Balboa. I have Jean-Luc Picard, and I also, I think, have William Shatner. Such a weird thing, I know.
William Shatner.
William Shatner. I think he just turned 90.
Yeah, that's crazy. Madness.
That's crazy talk.
It's wacky.
Insane. Totally insane. I got to tell you, I actually miss talking to you on this. I know
I know this is the only time we get to chat. We would have to do eventually an outdoor, maybe over here. We can do an outdoor, Goon show and set up some little cameras. We got a fire pit, hang out.
I just bought. I just ordered a new thing for my computer. I've had Blackmagic stuff where I can add my camcorders or my DSLRs. But I just ordered this little thing for Amazon that's just basically like the size of a thumb drive that I can attach HDMI cable into it.
Amazon is so dangerous. I have to, since last year, I gotta stay away because it's like, oh, look at that. I think I need that, or I gotta get this, or I ordered things. Sometimes they don't come for 3 weeks. And then the other day I got something and I'm like, to my wife, I'm like, did you order this for me? Who ordered this for me? And then I'm like, wait, do I have a secret admirer? And I'm like, I ordered it. I forgot.
It was actually Leah.
It was Leah. She probably, yeah.
She ordered it on her tablet.
There was a story last month about grandparents gave their granddaughter the credit card to go on Amazon. She wanted to buy something. I think the kid was like 5 or 6, and like racked up a $3,000 bill.
Why would you let the kid go?
I think it was like saved the login, gave her the iPad, so she didn't have the actual credit card, but it was saved. And then the kid just said, "Oh, I want to buy this. I want to buy that." I think she bought like a whole outdoor dining set. She just clicked on everything, and the grandparents would try to get their money back. Those are good grandparents. I mean,
But why wouldn't you pay attention to what the kid's doing at 5 years old on an iPad? It's just
but
like
you know
my
what? I used to say that a lot, and now I have a 4-year-old, and you'd be surprised how fast they move.
Well, I have my 2 nephews, the one's 7, one's 9, and they're both on YouTube all the time. They're on their iPads or on the computers, and some of the stuff they watch, I'm like, what are you doing? It's like there's channels I watch like
crazy.
Chills and the supernatural shows and stuff, and I watch it because I just like to debunk them. I'm just like, I see this, I see that, I see this, and these kids are watching and like, oh, it's really real. Did you see it? It's really real. Yeah. And I'm like, why are you watching this? Stop it. And could you imagine? I would go. I don't even let Trisha go near my computer with my Amazon account. I'm gonna let a kid go there.
Yeah, no, Leah, we haven't given her that access yet because she'd probably buy better things than I do. So
she'll have a better podcasting system.
She'll have a whole setup with the right mic and everything, and the art supplies. She already knows what she wants, what kind of paints. She has a gamer chair. I mean, she has like everything set up in her area over here.
I was actually thinking about getting an office desk chair or a gamer chair for over here. I think Trisha would kill me though, because it's bad enough what I have blue and orange. So I don't have like a regular dining room table here because it's an apartment. I have like a pass-through window, and I built a shelf. So like the counter is basically our dining room table, and that's what I use for doing this. So I have four stools, blue and orange. So one's blue, one orange, one blue, one orange, and I drive her crazy with that. So could you imagine if I had a gamer's chair?
It would have to be blue and orange.
Let's see, Givner. Were the grandparents named Cohen? I don't think they would care at that point.
They would just buy paintings.
They would just try to buy Amazon.
Yeah, buy the company. I still think that he should get a deal with Amazon for the foul poles and just do 2 fire sticks.
That's not a bad idea.
And we call them the fire sticks, But though now maybe he wants to get a weather app for the Mets. That might be a good deal,
Well, talking about weather, and I don't want to make this the whole episode about the Mets, but the people that are saying that there should be a roof on the stadium, they don't realize that the city owns the stadium.
Yeah, I saw you tweet that earlier.
So who's paying for a roof on the stadium?
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to divert, send some money, tax money to build that roof.
Yeah, and right now I don't think we have that tax money.
And they're saying that in Colorado, how did they allow that stadium to be built without a roof? That's madness. But I mean, hey, it happens. Sometimes it snows. And some people on Twitter today were like, oh my God, I can't believe it. It's snowing. It's snowing in Denver. And I'm like, where Denver is, right? Like it's in Colorado. It's kind of, it's 6 mile high, it's areas.
Well, you remember I'm going to say a few years ago, but it's probably like a decade ago. Mets opened up in Colorado, and it was a snowstorm opening day.
Yeah, it happens.
It happens. I've been out to Coors Field. You don't want to put a roof on that. You don't even retractable or anything.
Yeah, because it's gonna ding off the ceiling.
It will ding off the ceiling, but also the view that you have of the Rockies, it's gorgeous.
It's true.
You don't need something like that. But yeah, so that kind of stuff is going on. The Mets can't get out of their own way with scandals and.
Oh yeah, this is. I mean, it's crazy.
I feel bad for the new regime since the old regime, basically their DNA is still within the organization.
Yeah. Yeah. Obviously,
Yeah.
there's a lot of now with Sandy, and he was there back then and he came back, and a lot of the accusations and I guess the text messaging back and forth with certain departments of the franchise. I mean, it's just, the thing is, look, what people are saying is, why didn't they release the story earlier? Why everyone knew what was going on, and people just, even on air personalities, they say there's so much more going on with other teams that everyone knows about. But if you want access to the locker room, the clubhouse, you don't want to burn that bridge. So it seems like they keep this to the vest, and then they let it go when ownership changes or something else, new manager comes in. That's a problem right there, because I mean, supposedly people know this is going on other teams too. And they're not saying anything until it's released. And then they, boom, big story.
So shouldn't the reporters holding on to the stories be held accountable too? Because they're not really doing what they're saying that other people aren't doing. Standing up for people that are getting harassed.
Yeah, and another part of it is also the female reporters who they're the ones getting harassed, and they don't say anything because they don't want to get fired, because they have to have that voice to connect with the manager, or what happened with Mickey, and have access to him, and if they burn that bridge, he said say it was as something as like, oh, he said something inappropriate. They might not go to their boss for that and say, you know what, this guy's out of control, not professional. The boss will be like, hey, do your job. Or Mickey will say, hey, I'm not talking to her anymore. So that reporter's in a bind. I feel for the female reporters. That's why I think we need more female, general managers and in the sports. It would definitely balance things out. We got part of the good old boys club going on. I mean, like in all sports. I mean, even football I hear is worse.
Yeah, and it's I don't want to start driving people away from this conversation, but it's got to be talked about a little bit. I don't have the answers for it. I'm not going to even pretend I have the answers for it.
I don't either. Yeah,
I've met Dave Newman a few times, and I'm not saying this in a bad way, but the energy I get off of him, and the position he's been in that I've met him, has always been a used car salesman, and that's what you need in that position he's in, that you have to try to sell and do stuff, and got to be ahead of the curve. That's why they were saying about him with the verbiage, and that's the energy I have off of him, and I've always said that since I first met him.
Yeah,
I was like, he feels like a used car salesman to me, and I know a couple of used car salesmen that are nice guys, but that's the vibe, that they're going to try to do what they have to do to get the job done.
Come here, Leah. You want to show your next one? All right. Another Leah drawing. Sorry. Show which side is it? This side or that side? This one? You want to hold it like that? Okay, hold it like that. Hold it up. Hold up the screen so you can see.
Like this.
Yes. She's very particular. OCD like her dad. There you go. Do you see it?
Yeah.
Wow. Good job.
Very nice.
It's two, stepping two, orange, and two pink.
She knows her colors. I have to say I'm proud of her there.
Yellow,
Does she take requests?
Yeah, Leah, do you take requests?
Wait, about not done.
Wait about. She's not done.
Okay.
Now she'll be here all night. I'll put her in the chair, right?
She'll be here all night. Try the veal.
Yeah, try to be. Tip your waiter. Yeah, but sorry, you were talking about, I mean, and even Joe, that whole, I mean, one thing, I mean, I even have to like reflect and now think back. How did I act in past workplaces, or my bosses, my supervisors? I'm like, oh my God. I mean, I worked at some places. I told you this before. Nowadays, that would not be acceptable. Some of the stuff that I was even put through, like working with people and overhearing what was going on, and it was compared to what's going on with the Mets. I mean, this was pretty serious. Working in like you work with in the movie industry, I was working a lot in nightclub entertainment industry, and the way people spoke to each other, just craziness.
Yeah, it's really crazy, like with all the stuff that goes on, and you know, we have HR departments in the film business, just like every other business now, and you got to watch what you say, you got to watch what you do. Some things I hear from other people, I'm just like, huh, really? I wouldn't even think about saying something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid of my own shadow with this stuff, and I just do my job. I don't say anything. I don't joke around. And you know how hard it is for me not to joke around.
No, yeah, you have to be. No, you definitely have to be really careful. You really have to. Yeah, like it's just it is what it is. Especially and then there's a snowball effect with the New York Mets. What happened and what started happening, and now all the stories came out. Come on, Leah. It's gotten crazier and crazier the more the news comes out.
All right, what do we have now?
What's next, Leah? Show Uncle Keith.
A little higher. Very nice.
Good job. Good job. What is that?
It's a picture too, something.
Is it a weather map of what's going on in Colorado?
No, about you.
It's her new NFT.
It's an NFT. We have to teach you about NFTs.
About I don't know.
I don't know.
Nobody does.
She's 4. I definitely have to get her on that. I mean, though that's kind of, I think, as we discussed, the NFT situations kind of got up and down. Oh, now she's serious. We said NFT and she's ready. She's always likes yellow. Yellow, I don't know why.
It's going to be funny. She's going to have her NFT out before Majo has his out.
I know. Where is Majo tonight?
I don't know. I emailed him earlier. I texted him. No response. I just got a response from DeMeo. He didn't realize he was going to be out. He went out. So it's not a big deal. I got you. I got you.
He has a social life. He has a social life. Yeah, he goes out.
Yeah, I try not to have one. I'm enjoying it.
Too much work.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Trish is going nuts that she can't go out for over a year now.
Yeah, my wife is definitely losing it. Being locked home with the 2 wonderful girls and then me. Oh, it's a lion?
Yeah, a lion.
All right, that's a lion.
Nice.
Very nice, Leah. Okay. This could be a new segment on the show. Leah can draw a picture for you.
Can she draw us a giraffe?
Can you draw a giraffe? He says draw a giraffe.
Yeah, about I want to go to his house.
She wants to come to your house. Yeah.
So
she likes to go places because, like we were saying, we don't go any places. So whenever we do, she's so excited.
We'll come to your house, and I'll bring my doggy.
He's gonna come over and bring the doggy. Okay, he has a doggy.
Oh yeah, about what kind of doggy?
What kind of doggy?
About
Scottish,
what kind of doggy?
Scottish Terrier.
About Diane. About brown. About I can't wait. Which color doggy?
She's excited. She's gonna talk about your dog now for the next week.
I can't wait.
You can't wait.
Okay. His house, then I'm going to see which doggy color is it.
Okay. She's gonna see what doggy color it is.
Yeah, we'll throw a picture up there.
Wait, Daddy, I need you to. Wait, Daddy, you can make a doggy.
Here, Joe, bring her back. She can see.
Here, come here, Leah. You want to see the doggy? Come here.
I want to see it. Oh, I can't see his face.
That's his face. It's hidden with all the hair, right?
Yeah, but he have too much hair. It's a black doggy. It's gray doggy. See, he have too much hair.
Can you draw him? Can you go draw him?
Okay.
Out of your head. Remember what he looks like and go draw him. This made her weekend. She's so excited now.
Well, when she comes back again, I'll show her him in a swim in his life jacket by the pool.
He's getting ready for summer. He's been working out, getting his summer bod going.
He goes over to Misha's house and hangs out in the pool.
Do they throw axes?
No, not at Misha's. All right, so let's see. We covered this, that, this. any other questions that you have for me, Goon wise, QBC wise.
Does anybody have questions on any of the social media platforms? Maybe we
I
should
haven't-
tweet out questions for. All right.
I posted it earlier.
Let me do. All right. Gotta look for the link here. Poorly produced by me.
Yeah. And you wanted to audition to be my producer.
I wasn't ready today. I thought Magic would be here. And maybe we could put it out there this way. Oh, here we go. I found the link. Oh, I'll like it. And then quote, we are taking questions. We are taking questions. There you go.
Yeah, I'm going to show a doggy his picture.
Okay.
I'm going to show a doggy picture.
I think Leah is going to be a good sidekick for the show.
A doggy will like his picture.
All right, let's see.
A doggy will like it.
No pressure. It better be good. No pressure.
The rest, you guys are all fired. I'm keeping her.
I think a doggy will like
Leah
his
will,
picture.
be on whenever you need. Let's see. Let's put it. Is it this way? Okay.
Yeah, about we going to show a doggy.
That's your doggy.
It looks just like his face.
Yeah, totally. That's good job, Leah. Looks just like him.
Wait,
You need more
about
black.
get a doggy on the TV.
I'll get the doggy on the TV again.
Get a doggy on.
There, look. There he is.
Look.
Oh, she's showing the doggy.
A doggy can't hear me.
No, can't hear you. That's a picture. There you go.
Oh, he can't hear me.
No.
No, he's not hanging out.
So maybe he would talk over here. If you put this on,
Don't drop.
then maybe he would talk over here.
Yeah.
It's actually Nash's birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday.
The little punk's 3 years old.
See, maybe you
3?
Yeah.
put this about then a doggy will talk to.
So QBC, when are we doing it again?
We actually have something in the works. We got a couple of things that Dan Tuick is working on that we just got to get, it nailed down. But there's a partnership or a sponsorship that's coming up where we're going to be promoting some things for somebody, and they're going to be giving us some players to have on a Q&A and stuff. I haven't really announced it yet. I can't announce who the players are going to be yet because we don't know. We don't know when it's going to be, but it's in the works. And I think this virtual stuff for now is going to work out pretty good. And hopefully maybe by September, October, we can actually have a QBC again.
Nice. Any word from the Mets doing some stuff with them? Are they doing FanFest?
I haven't heard a word yet. I haven't really reached out to them. I was on the Metsian podcast last night, and they were asking me how. One of the questions they asked me last night was, "How is our relationship with the Wilpons?" And I said we really didn't deal with them, but they did send out, the junior executives like, Will Carafello and Mark Fine when he was working with them, and like they would tell what was going on behind the scenes and let people in on what was going on in the front office with, hey, we're going to give you just a little look to see what's going on. So that way where you guys are tweeting me, hey, trade Jay Bruce. Why don't we get this picture? You know that I have nothing to do with it. And you can see what I actually do.
Yeah.
So, we'll see. I haven't really approached that subject because who knows when we can actually have people again.
That's what I was going to ask next. Yeah, when it would be next year. I mean,
next year towards
end of this year, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, I want to do something. I got the itch really bad to do something live. The virtual QBC was great, but at the same time, it wasn't the same thing where I wasn't. Yeah. I wasn't able to do, like, Joe, you haven't been a part of it. You got to.
I know. Yeah, I know. It was different being virtual. It's my first QBC I was involved with, and it was weird just doing it from here and not meeting people, that from Twitter, social media, interacting with them. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And I know if you do something even the end of this year, like how are they gonna have to space it out? The amount of people, you might have to do it over more days to the capacity. You can't have as many people probably for a while back in a building.
Yeah, but the good thing with Mulcahy's is that they also have an outdoor area too, I think.
Oh, okay. All right.
From what I heard, that they have an outdoor area. We weren't even looking at it because we were going to be doing that, the QBC in January, so we didn't even take a look at it.
Yeah.
But maybe we could spread it out between indoor and outdoor and figure out something. See what we're actually going to be able to have people wise. Maybe Cuomo will have another scandal. More people be able to get left into a restaurant. It seems like every time there's an accuser, okay, we're going to make sure that
you could have weed.
Yeah, it's legal. It's just so you know, it's legal.
It's legal. He had the pot, and then what else did he do? There was a bunch of things every time there was a scandal.
The amount of people that we're going to open up Citi Field and Yankee Stadium to fans. But it's fine. Have more scandals. Hopefully, nobody was really getting hurt from it.
Yeah.
Maybe find out he didn't pay a parking ticket 40 years ago, and he owes $2 million. That's a good kind of scandal where it doesn't really hurt anybody. And I'd be happy with that. Yeah, so that's what we're looking for with the QBC. We're dealing with some stuff with, I'm not going to talk about it, but there's some stuff behind the scenes that we're dealing with, trademark issues. That's not our trademark issues. That's the problem. It's other people.
Yeah, that's always fun. The trademark, being on the other end of it, Yeah,
it's fun to be the guy that actually is like, no, you can't use that. Thank you very much.
Yeah, but if you're the other end, the artist, like Majo there, he's not here, so pick on him. Getting a letter, hey, whoa, what's this? like with Steve Cohen when they said they were going to send us something, and Majo right away messages me and goes, Joe, hey, you get a letter from the Mets that we're getting something from Steve? I'm like, yeah, I wonder what it is. It's that's so great, right? And he goes, it's a cease and desist. Watch, we're in trouble. And I'm like, oh, dude, I didn't even think of that. We're in a lot of trouble. Like, why would they send you one and then me one? And they got the hat. You're like, oh my God, we're still okay. Majo's ripping the hat apart. He's like, it's got to be something in there. There's a letter somewhere.
The best thing is that you two are freaking out over it. And I'm just sitting there going,
I wasn't freaking out at first, but the Macho who convinced me. I'm like, wait, they're sending it to artists.
Well, then it was artists and influencers, and you guys still like making fun. Hey, how come you didn't get one? I don't know. I guess I'm,
And I'm like, you're not getting a C&D
or a hat. I just give out the C&Ds. Just
you hand them out.
Well, just like with your whole Yahoo thing, I bring that up because I still don't know anybody as little as us that's been able to stop a multi-billion-dollar corporation.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive, and especially like what I was telling you with like initials, with doing things, QBC. It's hard to trademark those things and fight it, and you did it, which is, kudos to you and your law team.
Yeah, my real law team.
Yeah. Now, like, we could talk about that too. About the
I don't want to give that kid any credence.
Yeah. I know. Like I said to you earlier, like it's working. People are talking about it. So he's successful at that strategy. I wouldn't go that way with it, and it's juvenile,
Well, especially when I've heard about some things circling him too.
Yeah. I mean, and his account was shut down like twice. I mean, he's done, selling crap on his Instagram, and just I don't know, just the back and forth and trying to things have to happen like organically more than forced copy. Otherwise, we're gonna have like a whole bunch of different sections and Citi Field, and this group, that group, this family, this, oh my God. It's like, can we just all get along?
Wait, Before the 7 line popped up, me and my cousin Shannon, we were trying to do the Blue Cap Army,
I like that.
and where everybody would wear blue, the blue cap. We were trying to get rid of the black jerseys and the black hat at the time. And it was like, all right, everybody wear a blue hat. And we were trying to push it. And then Darren's like, hey, I got the 7 line. We're like, see ya.
There's a lot of armies. You notice though, it's like all these armies, like with every fan base. I mean, why don't we do like have like a Greenpeace, like or a Red Cross group, or like us artists could be in blue and orange piece.
Well, I mean, at least LA has the Pantone.
Oh yeah, that's actually pretty clever. And I think Darren even said they're a pretty cool group, right? The very creative bunch. And then you have other teams that just rip off the 7-line concept, basically.
Yeah, I mean, you got the
Detroit,
the D line.
The D line, yes. I mean, come on.
It was stealing, or whoever it was
art.
Taking the exact same art and just changing it a little bit.
Telling you, we're becoming a cookie cutter photocopy creative society now. It's getting annoying.
Yeah, I just gotta say, I noticed something. I actually look good with this light today. I don't look like I'm blown out with the like.
No, you do. I look like total pasty. I still gotta play with the lights here too.
I don't know if it's because I have a tan from being outside with work, or I finally figured out the right light with the backlight and everything.
Yeah, I look like too flushed out, right?
A little bit. You might have to lower the. I have my light panel a little high, but
I think it's my screen too. My right screen. I have really big monitors here, so
you actually look like you're on a starship with all your monitors.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. See, if I shut the light, actually, my monitors actually give me more light, I guess. Definitely have to fix the lighting over here.
Yeah, we'll work through it one day.
Yeah. I'm gonna put on. Let me change the other lighting.
I just got Joe doing this stuff. He just walks away.
Show never misses a beat. Let's go with red. All right, that's cool. One more red.
Yeah. Trisha was sitting on the couch before, and I turned on the orange light. She's like, "Oh my God, you blinded me! Why didn't you warn me?" I'm like, I'm turning on the lights."
Yeah,
how much more of a? All right, yeah, it doesn't look that bad. It looks all right. You're good. All right, so we have any other questions? We don't have a lot of traffic coming in on the comments. Hey guys, anybody that's watching this, use your Twitter or your YouTube channel or the Facebook page, and you can ask questions. You ask about the QBC, ask about how I'm a fan advocacy blogger, or how that started. How I started with the Mets Police, how I ended with the Mets Police, how I feel about Shannon from Mets Police being my cousin, how the first time I had any recognition, I was published in the Wall Street Journal for the Mets screwing up their own history, the granite slab outside of Citi Field, throwing out a first pitch, throwing out a second first pitch. You want to know about the film business a little bit. If you have a question about that, what goes on, how, you want to complain about the parking situation with the film business, I can explain to you what's going on, why so many spots are taken. You want to know about locations. You guys watch Gotham. I can, from season 3 to the end, I could tell you guys what we did on that and locations. Original Law and Order, I worked on that. So anything. Bueller. All right.
Or we can talk about Seinfeld. We can talk about Star Wars. We can talk about Bluey, Bubble Guppies, things in my wheelhouse currently.
Well, Star Wars. Have you seen the trailer for the new Bad Batch?
No. I saw all the posters. I saw some trailer teasers for other things, but not that.
I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like that they finished off the Clone Wars just to spin off the Bad Batch.
Yeah, I think they're trying to jam a lot of Star Wars stuff on that Disney Channel. I don't know how it's going to work out. I'm looking forward to the Obi-Wan, which the cast for that looks great.
And Andor, and what is it, Andor?
Yeah, that looks pretty good too. There's some droid one. There's some animated ones coming out.
Oh, did you hear the rumor about Detours?
No.
So Seth Green from Robot Chicken years ago made a deal with Lucasfilms before they sold the whole Lucas over to Disney, whereas a 3D generated animated show called Detours, and it was supposed to be like in the vein of Robot Chicken, but it was all Star Wars characters.
Oh, that would be great. Because whenever he did the Robot Chicken with the Star Wars stuff, with the George Lucas, those were the best.
Yeah, so basically there's 52 episodes, I think, and there's plenty for, like, if you break it up into eight episode seasons, you can run it for a few years. You know, which Disney seems pretty good with not binge watching, where they'll drop an episode at a time or 2 episodes at a time, which is great. So Detours, I've been looking forward to for years. They shelved it like 4 years ago. It was all finished. But I can't wait for more Star Wars content. Can't wait for the Mandalorian.
I was worried that they were going to get rid of the Mandalorian, not get rid of it, but reboot it, and that Boba Fett was going to become the Mandalorian for the next season. But I'm glad they're not going that way yet, because he's getting his own show.
Yeah, and then what's his name? The one that plays Mandalorian. He's going to be in The Last of Us too. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I mean, because there's a lot of rumors that he took off the mask, I guess, in the show because he was complaining about not seeing his face, and that, you know, kind of what's the point? So
you knew what you signed up for. They told you.
Yeah, I guess it got really uncomfortable.
Well, a lot of the times he was having to stand in and this double.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not even on set. So all you just got to do is go into that closet, do the voiceovers, and every once in a while end up on set and be the Mandalorian. Yeah,
I heard. Was it the first episode? He wasn't even in the suit. It was just he did the voiceover.
Yeah. So I mean, you really don't need him if you don't have to. You don't have to use him. Anybody can get into that suit now.
I could be the Mandalorian. I'll do it.
All right.
I'm a little short.
So you'd be perfect for a stormtrooper.
Yeah, I'll be a droid. Perfect for a droid.
The trash can droid.
Yeah, I'll just be like the background, just running back and forth. You know, kind of like on this show. I'm the droid, you know.
Oh, by the way, I listened to an audio book of Star Wars. It was called From a Certain Point of View. And Jason Fry actually wrote a story in that book. So it was a print book that went to be an audio book. And it's the audio book where they say Grand Moff Tarkin is gay.
Really?
And he has a dalliance with another officer that's underneath him.
Oh.
And what they did was they had this mouse droid going back and forth delivering messages. But the worst thing about it, when I was listening to the audiobook, was the mouse droid was going through its subroutines and its code. And it would go 001, not working, 003, computing, 002, compute. And it did it like for 30 seconds every time. Then it would go, here's the message. It's like, I hate you. Stop this. But it was like one of those things that you couldn't stop listening to it because it was the voice was soothing, but at the same time was annoying. I can't really explain it, but I liked it, but it drove me crazy too.
It's like the PC Richard whistle at Citi Field, driving people crazy. Yeah, that's another.
I remember when it was at Shea Stadium though.
Yeah, I know. Now they brought it back, right? So it's I hear it's even louder, I guess, with the stadium being emptier, maybe the acoustics are different, or they're feeding it through the different, I don't know. But I on Twitter I saw so many complaints about that.
I don't know. I've seen 8,000 people. You know, this is more than they have in some regular season games before the pandemic.
Yeah.
So it's, as loud as it was back then too.
And they're saying the Marlins are happy because they're almost at capacity now. Like they're sellouts. They have more people now.
Because people just wanted to get out and do something.
Yeah, and then because they never had a good crowd anyway.
They're like, all right, so we're gonna have to hire more concession people.
Yeah, we're not used to these kind of numbers.
How come we only have 10 cases of hot dogs for the week?
People want to come here.
Do they know we're the Marlins? Do they know they're in Florida?
That Marlins though, the logo, the jacket. I owned, I think, a teal jacket when they first came out. That was fun. That was a fun design.
So when I was a kid / teenager, I used to have a neighbor that lived in my old building with me, and he would go traveling on vacation for, not even just vacation, but for business too. And he would go away for like 2 weeks at a time. But wherever he went, he would bring me back a T-shirt as payment for getting his mail. So I had the first Rockies shirt that was ever made before the team ever played. I had one of the first Marlins shirts and hats. I had Baltimore. I had stuff from all over the country. It was crazy.
The Marlins jacket I had, you reminded me. I traveled to Italy with it in high school in 10th grade, and like a Latin trip to Italy, and I remember bringing that jacket. It was that teal with a little bit of orange on it. Hideous, but it looked so cool back then. But I wanted to bring it. So the Italians must have looked at me like, oh my God, look, what is he wearing? This is an American sport like franchise. These colors are just wild, But and then in all the slides for years to come, and at the school at Manhasset High School, they still show it. I hear the pictures of the trip, and you see this one kid with this teal jacket, with the swordfish, the marlin on it, the background. Every picture I stand out because I'll bump into kids later that went to Manhasset High School, like, hey, what's up, Marlin man? I'm like, no, there's another Marlin man. It's not me.
I was Marlin teen.
Marlin teen. Yeah, exactly. I was Marlin teen.
Or Teen Marlin. That's better.
Teen Marlin. New character. Maybe we could do that. And then Marlin man will send me a letter, cease and desist.
Maybe send you some money.
Yeah, that'd be good. Sit next to him.
So, do you want to check out the precursor to the QBC for a little bit?
Sure.
All right, I'm going to throw that up on it. We both could talk over it, which is great. I figured out how to do that. So if you need to stop it, ask a question, or make fun of it or whatever, just let me know. You can also see that I lost some weight from back then too.
Nice.
And I didn't have any white hair.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So it was pre-Trisha.
Oh. Hey-o.
I love driving her crazy because then I pay attention. I ask her, did you watch the show? Oh, yeah, I watched it. And I throw these little digs out so that way. And what did you say about me?
I don't like that graphics joker. No, that's my wife saying.
And most of your family.
Yeah, and my daughters, yeah.
Man, I miss Majo. He's the one I usually pick on.
I know. So wrong. Where is he?
All right, let's add this to the stream.
Here we are at the Mets Police Awards.
Now, if anybody ever wanted to see what Shannon from Mets Police look like, he's right there.
Oh, that's him.
Yeah.
Hello, and a toast and welcome to the Mets Police Awards.
This is like the Dundies.
We're going to run this like
Exactly.
See? I will say some things. People will win awards. If you're in the room, you will come up and get your award. You will say a few witty remarks and return to your seat and continue drinking. This is to be a positive celebration. It's fun. It's goofy. Who cares if you win a Mets Police Award?
How old is your cousin?
Award, we don't think any less of you.
6 years older than me, so he's...
Oh, he's older than you.
Yeah.
The first time I'm seeing him, yeah, he looks older than you. But I always thought he was younger than you. From Twitter, just from Twitter.
Welcome. The Mets Player of the Year.
It's funny how I've become I used to be the hated one out of Mets Police,
Given year, this year being
and
2012. The nominees are
now it's become
David
him.
Wright. I'm with 28, Daniel Murphy. Johan Santana, no hitter. The National League Cy Young Award winner, R.A. Dickey.
And the Mets Player of the Year is R.A. Dickey.
R.A. Dickey.
Now, do you see what I mean about how much weight I lost since then?
Different haircut.
Different haircut. My face is a lot rounder, and it's crazy like how bad the streaming service is. And this is like one of the first streaming things that we ever did. It also didn't help that Donovan's didn't have the greatest Wi-Fi at the time. Let's see who we brought up to win this to accept this award for everybody.
R.A. couldn't be here tonight because he was traded to Toronto. Accepting the award on behalf of R.A. Enzo, come on up.
So Enzo used to hang out with us all the time back in the day. He ended up he ended up with different jobs where he didn't have enough time to hang out with us, but it's always great when he pops up every now and then. He would get into the libations a little much, and I coined the term, his name, 7th inning Enzo, because there was different innings that you could tell how much he had to drink. So first inning he was fine, second, third he was on his way, but the 7th inning it was time for him to go home.
I agree.
There you go. You're on camera.
All right. I'm very flattered to be accepting this award on behalf of R.A. Dickey.
He's a pitcher, not a hitter, anyway.
First, I'd like to thank Modell's for the $20 jersey. Give it up.
Yeah, do you remember when Dickey got traded and Modell's had the $20 Dickey jerseys around Christmas time?
Yep.
Yeah, that was like one of the coolest things. I think I bought like 4 or 5 jerseys just to have.
I remember when Dickey got traded over, and Steve Summers was kind of just making fun of, wow, the Mets with a big trade for R.A. Dickey. Well, he's going to sure save us. And then a few other sports personalities, same thing, like R.A. Dickey, really? That's the big move, the Mets? Same old Mets. What are they thinking? I think everybody was like, who's this guy? And then everyone just fell in love with him.
Yeah, and then he won his 20th game on the first official 7-line game, which was the last game of the season at Citi Field that year. And I actually have a base from that game signed by R.A. Dickey where it says 20th win, Cy Young. So
yeah, and then he got traded. He was flipped for Syndergaard and
no, he got traded for Darno and that guy that they threw in, Syndergaard.
Yeah, exactly. Darno and then the other guy. And then I remember, even Salicata was like, what is this trade? This is ridiculous. I mean, still see what happens with that, but people weren't happy about that trade either. It's like people didn't want Dickey here. They didn't know him. They didn't care. And then all of a sudden they're like, why are the Mets trading him? Yeah,
Dickey became the dude.
Yeah. Before
he was the dude.
And of course, to everybody here, the fans, I love you guys. I'll miss you guys. Hello, Toronto. Thank you.
That's our prop. We need that back.
Oh, man.
I actually made a whole bunch of those Mets Police Awards, which are like a little bobblehead.
This is the Gunslinger of the Year Award. This is for the type of person who every morning will call you a schmuck on Twitter. The nominees are Mike Silva. Mike Silva Media. Corey NYC at Corey NYC. Howard Megdal at Howard Megdal. Tom Watson at Tom Watson. Mark Healy at Mark Healy Sports.
And the winner is Mark Healy. Come over here, Mark.
Get on the webcam.
I'm sorry, I will do it. Oh, Gary Cohen, he lost his bet, Gary Cohen. I have to say, in all honesty, I've never received an award that I was so unexpected. I got to be honest, because I've gone at it with almost everyone here, pretty much, on Twitter, and I think that.
You notice he looked at me right away. Me and Healy back in the day, we used to go back and forth at each other all the time. And over the years we became pretty good friends, but we used to like drag out basically Twitter fistfights every day.
The reason why I think that Shannon and the guys at Mets Police, like Keith and everybody else, I think the reason that ultimately this thing happened is because even though I called everybody a schmuck, I think that inherently everybody knows just how much that I love the Mets as much as you guys do. And so I will, this is going to go right next to my Andy Chavez, the catch bobblehead, because there are two things I love about the Mets, and that's number one.
Andy Chavez, Easter egg. I'm not going to say anything else past that.
Is the fans and just talking and interacting with everybody on a regular basis, and also the players themselves. And this guy was my favorite player growing up, so I will cherish this. Thank you so much.
All right, time for the beatdown. Let's go.
Got the box? Wait, give us our prop.
What's in the box?
This is a prop.
What's in the box?
This next one is my favorite of the awards. This is the Have You Read My Post Award. This goes to the blogger who most aggressively markets their writing. The nominees are Ed Marcus, Real Dirty Mets. Howard Megdal, Capital New York. Mark Healy, Gotham Baseball. And let's not forget Randy Medina, ReadTheApple.com.
Now, who do you think wins this one?
Not sure.
Do you also have a box about a jewelry about
You
All right.
Leah heard about a box. That's why she's like, "Oh, I want what's in the box."
Can I have the mystery box, please?
And the winner is Ed Marcus.
Now, just remember at the beginning, he's the one that gave us the quotes. This is the Ed Marcus. Now you're going to see while he's doing the speech why I hate him so much.
There could be only one. I have dreamed of this day for a long, long time. My first Met memory was probably back in 1977. Hear my dad cursing and screaming and kicking indoors when Tom Seaver was traded away. Then 2 years later, here I am in a movie theater watching Luke Skywalker look at moons of the two suns of Tatooine. I'm saying, that's going to be me someday, Dad. That's going to be me. Thoughts?
Cue the music.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
I love that. It froze it right on that face.
That's him.
That's him. So on Facebook, he grew out his hair. It's like down to his shoulders. And I made a Rocky Dennis joke to him. I don't know if you remember who Rocky Dennis is.
Oh yeah.
So I asked him what time was what time was he picking up Laura Dern for their date.
Sorry, my kids are playing with Legos back here. They
Okay,
dump
I'll
blocks
try that.
everywhere.
I'll try that again with you. So I go to him. I go, hey, I was just wondering, Ed, what time are you picking up Laura Dern for your date?
Did he disappear? Is he still in the chat?
Yeah, he disappeared a while ago. I think he knew I was going to start abusing him.
He's like, I'm out of here.
He was the original Maggio. Even though, but Dave actually is funny.
Oh.
Dave is funny. Ed. Oh.
Hey.
My Uncle Joe's in this. Let's go.
Yeah, that's my nephew there, Nick. He's a big Mets fan. Huge Syndergaard fan. Pete Alonso. He plays ball. He's playing in high school now. I think he got the number 21, and he wasn't happy about that. But 21's a good number. Duda, Frazier.
What number does he usually like?
I believe he wanted 44. That was more for Pajot from the Islanders, and also because that was my number, and he was like, "Oh, that's a cool number." And then I think he was going for something in the 20s. I don't know if he wanted 23, but he got to I told him you got to get there early to pick up those jerseys because they hand them out and everyone grabs the good ones. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get stuck with like 85, And I'm like, "Maybe you'll get 99,
There's nothing wrong with the 85.
Yeah, I know. 86. Have fun.
Yeah, my when I played hockey, I was 23, and when I played softball, I'm 25. So those are my two numbers.
Yeah, mine was always 44. And it's weird because my favorite football player was Tom Rathman growing up for the 49ers. And then hockey, I'm a diehard Islander fan, but my favorite goalie growing up was, well, besides Billy Smith.
Hold on, I gotta mute you.
Why? Because you hear the background noise?
No, because you said Islander fan.
I know. It's crazy. No, but I'm gonna say my favorite goalie was John Van Beesbrook, and Beezer was 34, and I always, as a kid, was like, I want to be like, I'll be like his backup one day. I want to be 44, so I thought it was a good match, And I didn't want 35 because Richter, I liked him, but. Oh, here we go. He was aiming for 44, 27. That's right. He wanted 27.
I had to wear 27 when I was playing out in Top Deck roller hockey out in Northport.
27 is a good number. I mean, but I think Nick getting 21 is nice. It's a good card game. It's a lucky number.
Yeah, 2 + 1 = 3.
And he looks like Duda. Nicky, he's a stocky kid. He's a power hitter, I think it'll be good for him.
All right, that's good. That's good to know that we have another generation of hitters playing hockey and playing baseball.
Yeah, and he's an Islander fan, so I know that doesn't make you happy, but he's an Islander fan too.
It could be worse. It could be a Devils fan. And I say that as a joke because Randy, my best friend, is a big Devils fan, and me and him go back and forth, left and right. And then Dan Mandrulo, I can never pronounce his name. He's such a good dude. He used to work for the Mets underneath Chris Brown in guest relations, and he went over to the Rock and he was working there. And all he keeps telling me is like, "I'm going to make you into a Devils fan. I'm going to get you a Devils jersey with your name on it. I'm going to make you a Devils fan." I'm like, I'm just going to set it on fire. It's fine. If you want, get it, but it's going on fire.
The devil.
At least we can all agree on that.
Yes, we can definitely. Well, the voice of the Rangers, one of them, Don LaGreca, I believe is a Devils fan. And and then Howie Rose was Islanders, but he's a Rangers fan, right?
Well, he called the 94, the Rangers winning the cup.
Yeah. But then he did voice for the Islanders, I think, as well.
Yeah, poor guy. Thoughts on David Peterson? I'll let you go first, Joe. You have any thoughts on David Peterson?
Yeah, people are coming out harsh against him early. I mean, that outing he had, he got rocked. But I think they're panicking too soon. I think he'll be a decent pitcher. I don't know enough the upside of what it's going to be, and then with Matt's leaving, people are like, oh, we should have kept him. And we didn't get what's his name, Bauer, because we had Peterson, so everyone's throwing that back in people's face. I thought Peterson was going to be, we didn't need Bauer, that whole thing. And I still think I'd rather stick with Peterson and see what happens.
He's young, and I mean,
Yeah,
not everybody's going to be a 1 and 2 pitcher. You're going to need a 3, 4, or 5. So, and it's going to be bumps along the way.
And you never know. It could end up like Lugo. It could be like, later inning guy, like you said, depth. I mean, that's really important. You can't have all aces. They're not all going to be DeGroms. But again, we don't know. I don't know. And playing in front of fans and especially New York fans, that's tough. I wonder how these guys felt playing without fans. Like I was worried about Diaz, and then coming back now and playing in front of New York fans. Especially what's going on in Yankee Stadium where they're booing, Stanton right away and, going after their own guys so quickly. It doesn't really help. And now Conforto, he was getting boos,
Yeah, I never get that whenever fans of a team start booing a player because he's not doing what they expect him to do. It's so stupid. It's different when a player isn't trying hard, isn't trying his best. Some players just start off slow. Some players just hit spells where they can't pitch, they can't hit. They get into their own heads. I mean, look at my boy Flexen. The Mets jerked him around so much for those couple of years that he wasn't getting anything consistent. He mentally he was giving up. He had a chance to go to Korea and pitch lights out over there, and he signed a good deal with the Mariners. The first game he pitched lights out. The last game he got rocked a little bit, but I know he's going to come back for the third game, and I think it's going to be more like the first game.
Yeah, the people that boo their own players are the same fans that go to hockey games and constantly yell, shoot the puck, or they don't know where this
or sit in section 135.
Oh, with the family there, familia. They should have been more creative, with that name. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Right. So that's my thoughts on Peterson. You want to watch more of the Mets Police Awards, or you're done with it?
No, you can put it on. I'm just gonna run into the other room and come back real fast while that's on, if that's okay.
All right. Do you want me to take you out of the picture for a second?
Sure.
All right. Let me start playing this again.
That's for you, Ed.
Come on, where is it? Oh, there we go.
We're already a third of the way through the awards. This next one is special. This is Fan of the Year. This goes to the Mets fan with the biggest impact on the Mets fan base in 2012, whether by incessantly tweeting or by raising money for charity. The nominees are Ed Marcus, Real
Let's see if they even have home run derby this year. Let's see if the All-Star game actually happens. Let's see if we can actually get through the whole season without any problems. Will he be in the home run derby? I have no idea who's going to be in it.
Randy Medina, don't forget. The Party Zone, readtheapple.com.
And the winner is Darren Meenan.
All right. So what Shannon was saying there was about the Party Zone, which we ended up knowing as the M&M's Party Deck or whatever it's called now. But it's pretty funny that Randy designed something exactly that looks like what the Party Deck looks like. And we had confirmation that the Mets may have purloined that design. They tweaked it a little bit so it wasn't exact of what Randy did, but we got a little wink and a nudge from somebody that's no longer with the Mets. That gave us that knowingly, like, which is fine. Anytime we could help as bloggers or or creators like that that would help the team and help our fellow fans to have something cool, we did it. Like when the home run apple, the original one from Shea Stadium, is tucked underneath the bullpen area, I photoshopped it where it is now in that area. You know, the planter outside of the rotunda. I did that. I know the Mets gave me a wink and a nudge, like, now we saw what you did, and we liked that idea, and they ran with it. So I don't get too upset about it. I know Randy didn't get too upset about it. We were teasing the person that told us that they did it. And Joe, I was just talking about my cousin Shannon made a joke about the party deck. Randy from Read the Apple years ago, he's the one that technically designed what the party deck looked like, and the Mets tweaked it a little bit. But we got a wink and a nudge from one of the people that are no longer with the Mets anymore that, they used his design and tweaked it.
Oh, wow.
And then I was just mentioning after that was when the Shea Stadium home run apple one was tucked underneath the bullpen area. I photoshopped it where it is now, and I also got that wink and a nudge, like, yeah, we liked what you did with it, and we ran with that.
Trying to switch to speaker volume, but it's not working.
No. Did you hear what I said or no? Did you hear what I said? Did you hear what I said about the apple too?
Oh yeah, here we go.
Are you good now?
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
good now. Sorry, I was trying to put the speaker on, but it didn't work.
That's all good. So with the home run apple, it was tucked underneath by the bullpen, and I photoshopped where it is now, like outside in the exact area.
Yeah.
Right. So I did that, and the same person that told us about the party deck with the wink and the nudge said the same thing about the apple, and we're like, yeah, we liked what you did with it, so we ran with it.
Oh, nice.
And I was saying that kind of stuff didn't make me mad. I wouldn't have minded having like a little bit of the credit and Randy to get some of the credit for the party deck. But that's the whole thing with the QBC. They never really wanted to give the fans any credit for doing anything.
Yeah. That I'm hopefully the new regime will be better with that. It seems like already they're trying to reach out to fans and work with us, more. The past regime, I guess, was more about just taking ideas, do what they're doing. I get frustrated with even other teams that I, root for, where they go out and they hire other creatives from other states, other teams, but they don't have their own local fans creating art for them or doing anything, music,
You mean like fan fests?
Yeah. Fan fest.
I'm always going to keep going back to the QBC about stuff like that.
I do remember though the first time I heard. I mean, this is before you and I met, and I think before I knew that you were behind QBC when it first came out. And I see this thing all over, like it was on Facebook at the time, and QBC, and I'm like, "What's this QB?" I thought it was something with a quarterback convention, because I was like, "What's QBC? What is that?" And they're like, "It's in Flushing." I'm like, "Wait, is it baseball?" Because I just looked at the initials.
Well, I'm the one that came up with the initials too, because we were trying to figure out something that spoke about Queens and the team that's in Queens without hitting any trademark, problems. So I was like, all right, what's something catchy that rolls off the tongue? And I was like, QBC, Queens Baseball Convention. And me and my cousin Shannon, for a day, we're actually playing out in a volleyball tournament out in Jones Beach when I came up with it. And we played for the rest of the day, just like as we're setting and bumping the volleyball, we just kept trying to spew ideas out. And then we all both settled on the QBC. And then we ran it by Darren. Darren's like, yeah, it sounds good. So Darren actually created the word mark and the logo for us.
Oh, he did the logo. Wow, it's great. Yeah, no, it's a great logo. Very simple, clean. He obviously designed the 7-line, his own logo as well, right? I never even asked him, but I'm sure he did. It's one of the best logos. I mean, I love the simplicity of the logo when it's just very simple, not too busy, sharp colors, and you could read it on a billboard, on a shirt. it's hard to accomplish that. Everybody always wants a logo. It's so complicated. It's got like an image and a photo, and this guy just too much.
Now, I always feel as simple as possible, the better.
Yeah, less is more.
And
They always said in the branding world, every boss I had was always like Kiss, and I'm like, what is that? That's inappropriate. What are you talking about, Kiss?
Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah, like what are you talking about, Kiss? What are you doing? A band? We're gonna okay.
You got to be careful. Gene Simmons just trademarked this whole conversation.
Oh God. I met him a couple times when I was working for this printing company at a few of our outings, at a couple bars, and fun party guy, super nice guy. Really liked to have a good time, and he always had an entourage. It was interesting.
The craziest celebrity I ever partied with was Kid Rock.
Oh wow, that must have been fun.
Yeah, I'll tell you off the air.
Yeah, that's the story for.
that's going into my memoirs.
Yeah, I didn't. I mean, the bunch that Drew Barrymore's mom,
Jade.
Yeah, Jade. She was nice, and Gene Simmons and Sugar Ray. I met. I hung out with one of the new kids on the block.
Now, which Sugar Ray? Was Sugar Ray Leonard or Sugar Ray the band?
Sugar Ray the band, Mark McGrath. Yeah, not Sugar Ray Leonard would have been cool. Stone Temple Pilots. I used to work at a bar up in Boston. I met a lot of celebrities. Baby Spice, Spice Girls. Definitely some interesting people. And sometimes I didn't know who they were. I was just checking IDs, and they walked by me, and I'm like, wait, she looks familiar. Like, is that one of those Spice Girls? And then the guy's like, yeah. I'm like, that's why she had a British passport. Oh, okay.
And that's why it said Baby Spice on it.
Baby Spice. I was like, what? That's a real name? Her name was Emma. Emma.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been pretty lucky. I hang out, when there wasn't a pandemic, and we were able to hang out. I hung out with some pretty cool actors that I worked with, and I still consider a lot of them friends to this day. And I never thought I would have, friends that were actors,
You have a lot of friends from Gotham, right? The show. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which is a great show.
Yeah. And those guys, everybody on that show was great. Chris Chalk, Robin Lord Taylor, Drew Powell, Karen Bikindova, Ben McKenzie, Corey Michael Smith, Marina Baccarin. They were all great. Donald Logue.
Down to earth, good crew. Yeah.
Yeah,
good.
Everybody. And they'll sometimes just text me out of nowhere just to say hi. I'll text them out of nowhere to say hi, and I haven't worked with them in like 2 years.
Oh, wow.
One of the funny story with Donald Logue. So Donald, Robin Lord Taylor, David Mizzou, and Drew Powell were all at a fan fest. It used to be Stalker Walker Con, and they changed the name just to Fan Fest now. So I would go just to hang out with Drew and hang out with Robin just to break up their day. So that way they had somebody that they knew to hang out with, and they had a fresh face around. So Donald was there. My sister, big Donald fan from when he was on, Grounded from Life, Sons of Anarchy, Law and Order SVU. And do you remember the MTV commercials when the crazy cab driver with the thick bottle glasses?
Yeah.
That was him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I never put two and two together until he told me.
Yeah, I remember that. I had no idea.
So we're going on. So they have four tables set up, spread out with cues and everything. So David was down on the corner. Robin Lord Taylor was next. Drew was next after him, and then Drew was on the other side. Robin was next, and then it was Donald. And I, saw Drew earlier, and I'm in the queue with my sister, and I didn't tell anybody I was going. to the event. So I come up. Robin sees me. He's signing an autograph for somebody. He jumps over the barricade to give me a hug. So I had two people behind me going, "Huh? What? You got a hug from Robin Lord Taylor?
Yeah.
How much did you have to pay for the hug from Robin Lord Taylor?
Yeah, how do you know him?
How can we get a hug?" And Robin's like, no. Keith just gets the hug from me. Nobody else.
Aw.
Right? So we're cracking up. And Donald, he's still in the corner. He loves to talk. So he's doing this great great conversations with the fans that come to see him. My sister's next. And I go, "Robin, watch this." Robin's paying attention to what I'm doing. And I walk over to Donald. Donald introduces himself to my sister. Donald he has his head down. He hasn't looked up yet. And he goes, "Hey, I'm Donald. Nice to meet you." I'm like, "Hey, Donald, I'm Keith. Nice to meet you." And he looked at me, and his face was just like, he comes over, and he just gives me like one of the biggest hugs because Gotham was over for a bit. And he just gives me this biggest hug. And he's like, "Dude, you're like the best." And like, he goes, "I can't believe you just got me like that." And then the people behind me, "How the hell do you know Donald too? I want this hug package."
That's awesome.
So the thing is, Donald had some trouble with, a couple of his kids, and I had to drive him to the airport to go pick them up, and it was like a night thing, and he was down for a few minutes, down for the day. But it was that day. I go, "Don't worry, I know whatever is going to happen. You're going to see your kid tonight." He got a phone call that his kid was coming in to Teterboro Airport, and then after we were done filming, I drove him right to the airport so he can go get his kid. So like me and him had that connection after that.
Oh, okay. That's awesome.
Yeah. But that's like the Gotham people are so down to earth. Chris Chalk, he's another great actor. He's very underrated. He was just in the King Kong Godzilla movie at the beginning of the movie.
How was that? I didn't even see it. I heard it was so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't have to be made.
Yeah. A lot of those King Kong, Godzilla, they don't seem to get them right.
I mean, they humanized the gorilla a little bit, where you actually felt for him more. But
yeah, people were rooting for King Kong. I heard in the Godzilla King Kong movie.
Because King Kong actually, you felt like he was a person that was just hairy.
Yeah, yeah, not just this big dragon lizard.
This lizard that you're gonna go put in the terrarium.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's jump back into this for a second.
Hold on. I'm gonna let you finish. I designed a Party City deck.
See, that's Randy.
Basically, I've been a Mets fan my whole life. The 7 line is really just an extension of my creativity and how I didn't want to have a real job. And, one T-shirt turned into a brand, and thankfully the fan base embraced it and accepts it. And if there wasn't fans, there would be no 7 line. If people weren't buying the shirts, I'd have a job I hated. And I'm just lucky and happy, and thanks. That's it. Thanks.
Yeah, man. The Man Up and Play Better Award. This goes to the Mets player who reached deep down. He thanks.
I'm trying to see what else we have here.
All right, our next award, again, cheering is encouraged. This is a positive event. This is the Mets Executive of the Year. This goes to our favorite suit in Flushing.
This is a funny one.
The nominees are...
Can I accept the award?
Chief Financial Officer, or Chief Operating Officer, Jeff Wilpon. Jeff.
That'd be funny.
My buddy Dave Howard. Who loves Dave Howard? For media relations, Shannon Ford. And minority owner, Bill Maher.
And the winner is Shannon Ford.
Shannon Ford. For a long time.
Shannon was great. He was always there for us.
Ed Marcus, real dirt. Goes to the blogger.
All right.
3 more. Best writer. Goes to the blogger who's just better at this than the rest of us. The nominees are Randy Medina, readtheapple.com.
He wasn't ever a writer. He only
Ed
did
Marcus,
Photoshop.
Real Dirty. Greg Prince, Faith and Fear and Flushing. I'm sorry she couldn't be here tonight. Kelly Lake, Curious Case of Sid Finch.
I don't even remember her.
Yeah.
And the winner is Greg Prince. Faith.
Things attributed by its fans.
Looking.
How many years ago was this?
This was 2013.
Okay.
20.
Wow.
Yeah, it was the year before we actually did the QBC.
Oh wow.
I think this is a funny one. Let's see.
Looking.
Oh, here's the best looking blogger. And we're almost done. We have maybe like 3 more minutes after this.
One of my favorite awards, Best Looking. Traditional winner, Carl Cooper, couldn't be here tonight, but he's definitely one of the nominees. It goes to the best looking of all the Mets bloggers. The nominees are Kelly Lake, Curious Case of Sid Finch.
Still don't remember her.
Nothing? Yeah, food kills awards. Randy Medina, readtheapple.com. Carl Cooper on theblack.com. Darren Meenan, the7line.com.
And the winner is Randy Medina.
And it's funny, Randy's blog, he doesn't have it anymore. It is now an educational site called Read the Apple.
But thank you very much. I'm honored. We all know this award really belongs to Pharrell. So I'll share this with him. Thank you.
All right. And
Powerful person in the blogosphere. This is the Mazzy equivalent of Best Actor. This goes to the person who makes things happen like no other. You get them doing something. You see real movement. The nominees are Matthew Cerrone, MetsBlog.com.
RIP to that site.
From UniWatch, Supreme Commander Paul Lucas, who started the black thing before I even jumped on it.
Me and Lucas have heat.
Darren Meenan, the7line.com. And have you ever had a steak sandwich at Citi Field? I mean, they're really awesome. The man who made all the bloggers sell out with just half a steak sandwich and a bottle of water, Pat LaFrida from LaFrida.com. That's all it takes. This was actually a reader poll on the site, and
the winner is Matt Cerrone.
Matt Cerrone.
Cerrone, who's not here tonight, I just as deserving as Matt Mayer and watching game after game of this team that loses would be not true to.
I mean, I didn't really want to cut off Greg, but Greg and Healy love to talk, and I love listening to Greg. But we don't have time for that tonight.
Might be on for another hour or two.
Yeah, I know you got to go. Thank you for jumping on with me.
No, thanks so much.
I mean, I love doing this with you. I love doing this with Majo when you guys are on. I was all set to do this by myself, so you saved me. I was just going to go through the Mets Police Awards. I think I could have handled that, but
I always treat it like, hey, it's a time we could like talk, chat, like FaceTime. And if other people are watching, all right.
Yeah, hopefully people like it. People don't. We can still keep doing our thing. And
exactly.
You just see me keep adding to the ambiance.
Yes, the wall.
The uplighting. The cameras and everything. My tan. I'm going Hollywood. I'm going Hollywood.
Looking good. You're all big time now.
I'm all big time. All right, so let me just do a couple of plugs. Joe, hit up with your plugs first.
Oh, just Graphics Joker on Twitter. I'm there.
He's there. He never leaves. He's
Never
always
leave.
there.
Always
I'm
plugged in.
I'm getting DMs at 3:00 in the morning.
Hey, I'm like, awake? Are you awake? What are you doing? What are you doing?
And you get shocked that I actually answer you back at that time.
Well, now I'm awake.
No, not even. It's like, yeah, I'm working on my way to work. What?
I'm like, well, I'm punching out. You're punching in.
Exactly. All right, so Graphics Joker. Check out all his different things. You know, everything will feed off of Graphics Joker, but like his amazing stories, he hasn't been knocking them out like he wanted to. But I know he's.
Do
But
another NFTs. We have to do a show on that eventually. A lot of things to talk about.
yeah, we're gonna do an NFT break. That's what we're gonna call it.
Yeah.
The NFT show. For me, themediagoon.com, queensbaseballconvention.com, Mediagoon on Twitter and Instagram, QB Convention on Twitter and Instagram, the queensbaseballconvention.com, I think I did. If you don't know, YouTube. Oh, wait, let's just check out. We got one more comment. Lighting's much better. Thanks, Mickey D. He commented a few weeks ago that the lighting wasn't good because I had this big black void behind me.
I liked it. I thought that was nice, actually.
The reason why I had the big black void behind me is because the apartment was a little messy and I didn't want anybody to see it. I had these lights on order. I know what I'm doing.
I need better lighting. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing. I'm a professional. I might just be driving most of the time, but I know how to light stuff.
I'm very unprofessional. Yeah.
I know. I get the So what should I be doing right now to make myself look better? This YouTube channel, YouTube.com/ Queens Baseball Convention. Check us out. And don't forget our sister show, Catching Feelings with John Saponara. I don't know when this next show is going to be. It hasn't popped up with me yet. All right, I'm going to start getting goofy. I've done 4 hours of podcasting or TV shows or podcasting and TV shows in the last 2 days, so my brain's shot. Joe, thanks for always jumping on. I love having you as the crony. Guys, if you have any ideas for topics for a show, you have any ideas for guests, you have a guest that, or if you want to be a guest and you have something to promote or something to talk about, it doesn't have to be totally Mets related. If you're a Mets fan, we can talk about that, and then we can just go into whatever we wanted to go into, just like me and Joe do all the time. We like having a real conversation like we're just sitting at a bar or sitting in the backyard. So thanks, everybody. Have a good night. Joe, thank you. Thanks for our special guest with the
Leah showed up.
The Leah art show.
Yeah, that was fun. Thank you for having us. Leah's art show.
The Leah showed up. That's what
the Leah showed up tonight. She's famous.
She's gonna have her own YouTube channel.
Yeah, she's already working on it.
All right, everybody, we're gonna end this broadcast.
Good night.
And I'll talk to you soon.